Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformers Universe Ultra Class Onslaught. You can see him there in front of the box. We'll go ahead and put him off the side real quick and take a look at said box. And yes, it is an old Universe box, which means it's got a weird, kind of shape. Right there, you see Onslaught on the picture of Onslaught. Hey, little try-me thing there, like Transformers Universe and Decepticon symbol, Onslaught, and electronic lights and sounds, Ultra Class and Decepticon, and two AAA batteries, which are included. And it's a level 3 out of 4 conversion, which is, sure. Ages 5 plus and everything. Again, the weird box thing, you got Transformers Universe, a little Decepticon symbol right there. You got on this side, hey look, there's another Ultra Class Power Glide, which right there, also available. And on this side, you have another picture of Onslaught in the Classic Series. On the bottom, you have other Universe toys, including Sunstreaker, pretty decent toy, Tankor, not a great toy, and Prowl, okay toy. You got the proof of purchase and everything right there. Transformers Collectors Club, which is now defunct. And on the back here, you have, hey, look, product shots and electronics and shields and attachments and art sounds. And hey, look, there's his tech specs and his bio right there if you want to read that. And yeah, that's the box. And again, like I said, there's a try me because you could, well, put your finger in there and try it. Because yeah, it came with batteries, which is a scary prospect if you're looking for an MASB one. Because, well, batteries can explode and leak everywhere. That's bad, particularly for a toy that came out in 2008. And it also comes with instructions, which are pretty straightforward because he's not, despite the fact that it says it's a 3 out of 4 difficulty, he's not very difficult at all, honestly. So, he comes packaged in his alt mode, which is a, well, SWAT APC, I guess. Yeah, you can see that right there. Yeah, it's got a little, well, it's got SWAT stuff and it's got 6 tires and everything. They're all, pinned on. All of these got little rubber bits for reasons. You got little headlights right there, little orange bits, and you got the little spiky bumper thing. You got a little windshield. It says Monzo 12782. Monzo was a guy on, what was it, Usenet or something? Transformers fan. Yeah, got the guns on top. You got this, little silver plotch of paint right there on this little great thing. You got a little hatch and yeah, the tail lights and yeah, pretty cool looking actually. Yeah, I just activated something. I'll get to that in a little bit, but yeah. Hatch opens. And there's not really anything inside. You can see his head. But yeah, it's cool that I guess the hatch does open and everything. But yeah, it's an APC. Which is pretty fitting for Onslaught. Also fitting again, it's the whole, hey look, police bad guy. It's like they knew something. Regardless. Yeah, it's pretty good looking overall. It's got this, the plastic itself kind of got this sparkly, there's this sparkly finish to it. It's hard to explain. I'm not sure how the camera's picking it up, but it's kind of got this neat finish to it. And yeah, it also comes with a shield, little SWAT shield thing, which you can plug over top right here where the sirens go. And yeah, there you go. It doesn't go on very securely. I mean, it comes off very easily. See, it just takes very little effort. And the guns come separate as well. They're not. Yeah, I just activated it again. But yeah, the guns come separately in the box. Although once you plug them in, they're very difficult to unplug, but you plug them in right there. And yeah, it's cool. You can move these down, which is neat, I guess. But yeah, as you heard, he does have electronic lights and sounds, and you roll this. What happens is this wheel right here is actually connected. There's a little thing right here. There's a little spinny rotor thing in here that pushes a little button right there. So there's that. That's pretty cool. So you get a little engine noise. And right here, if you press this button, you get that. And one of the most infamous things is, yeah, the whoop, that's it. Oh, you get this too. If you hold it, yeah, it fires and stuff. And also, again, the lights are probably, blowing this out, but you can see that, and then these are lighting up. See that? They're lighting up, and that one will light up, and that's pretty neat. Although, why that just goes whoop, and that's it. There's no, even if you hold it, that's it. So I think someone programmed something wrong. It looks like that was the case. It's supposed to just go whoop, whoop, whoop. But yeah. Regardless, it's a pretty cool and beefy truck thing. APC. You also got that stuff. You can kind of see a lot of the stuff on the other side as well. You can kind of make out how he's supposed to transform and all that. But yeah. It's not too bad. Again, this came out in 2008 in the now defunct Ultra Class. And yeah. Yeah, it's just kind of a neat thing because the Ultra Class back then, the Universe was kind of, this was what people could eventually would dub Universe 2.0, because the Universe started off with more or less just repaints of existing toys. That's where, like, for example, the Razor Claw from Beast Wars Tigerhawk came from, right? But Universe 2.0 was kind of branched out more well, new molds are kind of newer interpretations of G1 characters, kind of an extension of the classics line. Also, there's 12 generations and reveal the shield and all this. The universe started out, so yeah, you get stuff like this. You got, example, also the ultra class power glide and so on and so forth. Universe became just, well, more G1 modern interpretations of G1 stuff, including again Onslaught, who is not combined with any other Combaticons, because there were no other Combaticons, I think, in that line. Yeah, it's pretty neat looking overall. Yeah, the batteries, again, are included. They're in that little thing. These are not the ones that are included. I dropped those as soon as I confirmed. Once I confirmed the electronics still worked, I pulled them out immediately because they're, nearly 20-year-old batteries. I'm not risking it. Now, in this mode, he is about 7¼ inches long, or 18.4 centimeters, and his weight is 12.5 ounces, or 356 grams. So he's a bit of a beefy boy, which makes sense for an ultra class. But yeah, as for some comparisons, something I got recently, which I'm very happy about. Hey, look, it's a G1 Onslaught. Significantly smaller, but longer. Yeah, very different interpretations of the character. This is what, the whole modern interpretation thing. Also, mine's a little dusty already. Or some of that stuff was already there. I remember that. Some of the stuff was on the figure when I got it. So, yep. I have G1 Combaticons now, so I'm pretty happy about that. Here's the next Onslaught we get after this one. Combiner Wars Onslaught, although with the, what was it? Perfect Effect Kit. I had to think for a second. They're gone. But yeah. Again, kind of a closer to G1, but and well, yeah, this is going to be weird because, hey, guess who's Refused also coming right after this one. Here's the most modern interpretation of Onslaught, Age of the Primes Onslaught in his vehicle mode, who is significantly larger and beefier and everything. So, but no electronics. Electronics is something that's in largely dropped because, for the most part, collectors seem to not want them. To, much to the annoyance of collectors who do want those things. A few of them, but yeah. Yeah, anyway, it's a pretty cool little APC mode, and it has a pretty cool little finish and everything, but yeah, it's a transformer, so we're going to go ahead and transform. So first thing is, get that out of the way. From here, what you want to do is take these flaps right here and move them out to the side like so. And move them out to the side, move them out to the side like that, and then kind of untab the sides right here. Yeah, untab these things a little bit from the side right here, just get those out of the way. Also, in the process, when you're doing so, you untab it from the back here. So you can lift this thing up right here and lift it up right here, fold this up and then slide that up right there. When you have this all separated, you can untab it from the bottom right here and, well, rotate the legs around like that and like that. And then what you do here is, well, open up this cage, fold this bit in right here and close this back up over top and peg that in. Bring this forward, rotate this in right there, and then close this up and this will tab in right there like that, and you can then bring this out like that. And same thing on this side again. Open this up, close this up in here, close this up over top and peg that back in right there. Bring this forward, close that up right there, bring this out and then close this up and this will tab in right there like that. And that's the legs done right there. I'll get back into those a little bit, but yeah. Coming up a little bit here. From here, what you want to do is take these headlights and flatten them down. Split the front like this. Bring them down like this. Bring it down like this. And then also rotate them out like that. And then this whole thing right here, I'm going to bring this down. And this right here, this will clip over this. So bring this down like that. And then clip it over like that. Straighten out the arms. Straighten out the arms. And then fold out the fists like so. And like so. And with that, you have, and of course you can take this thing right here and fold it back like that. And with that you have, well, Onslaught in his robot mode. Oh, gotta get those. There we go. Yes, Onslaught here is a very unique interpretation of, well, Onslaught. This universe Onslaught, because, well, yeah, it's got a very different whole vibe going on, because we'll get the big old shoulder pylon things, again, with the big old spikes there. His head is pretty, well, a bit stylized, but, you know, somewhat close to his original head. Well, he's got, yeah, now he's got a windscreen chest and everything. He's got these little bits of blue here. You got the red there. You got some more blue and like olive. You got the, you know, the legs here, which have the, I guess, knee spikes and the weird flat feet and everything. You got the wheels. All the wheels are correct. And yeah, it's he's still got his big ol' you know, back cannons, although they're very thin and everything. But yeah, he's kind of cool looking. Although there's definitely some oddities about him, to say the least. One thing is, on mine, these don't like to stay tabbed in super well, so it doesn't take much, like, yeah, see, by just putting them down, just untabs them. It, like, you can see that right there on there, the legs here, you can see it doesn't take much. I have to kind of like push that there, like push that in there, and then I pull this out a little bit, and then I will kind of hook it in place, and that will kind of work. But yeah, it's just like, it feels like this is not how it's supposed to work, but you know. And it kind of hooks it in place so it doesn't, you know, do that as much. But yeah, it's a little frustrating. That's the case. It feels, it's very simple to transform is the other thing too. It's very, very simple to transform. And the only thing is sometimes the arms, shoulders will get a little caught up on stuff. And it's kind of, again, this kind of tells me, again, it's that thing of like, I feel like these toys used to be a lot simpler to transform, and kind of people kind of forget that the engineering back, even just merely just in the 2000s, was still kind of, for the most part, still somewhat simple, outside of some very specific examples. But yeah, stuff like this, even though the box claims that he's a, you know, he's a level 3 transformation, he really doesn't feel that complicated. And again, the problem is, it feels like there's some stuff like, yeah, like this whole design is kind of cool, but it doesn't fully lock together. These tabs are too thin. Right? These tabs right here for this are too thin. I have to do stuff like, you know, adjusting how this stuff sits to make it work right. He's got ratchets, but they feel kind of rickety, and they don't, again, and even then, it just popped itself back out. It takes like nothing to pop these loose, which is frustrating. It takes like nothing to pop them loose. Which I don't know really how to fix that long term. This feels like a kind of a pseudo fix at best. So yeah, it's just kind of it's odd because he looks cool, but he's definitely got some weird. Yeah, he's rickety, and I don't think it's just because of age. I really just think there's a ricketiness. Also, he's got this big old void right here in his front of his head, which, you know, and also big old gaps right here, right in his shoulders, right there, front and center. And also his legs are very hollow, and yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, the only thing, I feel like the only reason he has so much weight is because of his electronics. If it wasn't for those, he'd probably be a lot, a lot less weighty. Regardless, he's still got some cool stuff going on with his articulation. There is definitely articulation. His head, it can swivel left and right, although because it's at an angle, well, that's it. It swivels left and right in a weird thing. He doesn't really have light piping there because, well, that's actually electronics. Because yeah, you can see there's a light there because that still works. His shoulders though got very clicky rotation right there. Those are nice right there. Those are actually very nice ratchets. You also have an outward right there, and that's pretty much it. And that's on friction. You do have a bicep swivel, which is good because his elbows, by naturally, they are pointing inward, and the tail makes you think they're pointing inward and everything. You can do and then you have an elbow, and you can also, thankfully, because of the wrist, you do have wrist swivels. But again, it's weird because now you have this big old hollow space right here in the front, and everything is very clearly designed with the idea that, you know, you have the arms like this, you know. So it's kind of frustrating that, yeah, you get this really frustrating thing of like simply, yeah, if you want the elbows pointed in the right direction, you kind of have this weird voids and everything. He does not have a waist swivel due to the fact that the battery pack's right there. Like there's, yeah, if you want that waist swivel, you have to pretty much drop the battery, drop the electronics, which I would have personally preferred, but you know, yeah. That's not how they did things back in the 2000s. And also hips though, you do have ratchets forward, and back is pretty much, you got like one click back because, yeah, there's not really a lot of room there. Outward, you have ratchets outward that way, and you got the full splits. You have a thigh swivel, which is friction. Knees are also friction, which are nice. It's very nice right there. But the problem is, well, the friction also causes the leg panel to come undone. Down here at the feet, there is no ankle articulation of any sort. They can have a foot go down, I guess, but not really go up. And yeah, that's your lot. It's a weird thing because, like, I don't know. It's a weird thing. I feel like it's a really cool toy, but also the stupid leg panels is just the most frustrating part. I hate that. I hate the leg panels a lot because it just they don't work right. And they just keep popping loose, and they're popping loose over and over again right now as I'm trying to review this guy. It's just really frustrating. And it's hard to also get him in a pose that looks good no matter what, because he always looks a little awkward. Like you're trying to just even a basic like cool stance or anything, and he just like always winds up looking a little awkward because, and also his balance is awkward too because, well, yeah, he's the way his legs are designed and everything. So you can kind of make it work, but again, because of the angled torso and the way the feet work and everything, he just always winds up looking just a little awkward. And also the annoyance with the elbows. Also, this thing still works. That's the engine noise bit right there. Yeah, you also got this, which is press that button. Hey, that flips out. That's cool. Again, I feel like that looks better when it's underslung like that. So again, it's that weird thing with like the way they design the elbow just feels weird. I don't know how to. I'm not really a fan of. I wish they just did it a little differently. You can also flip this out, and you can take the shield right here. You can right here you can use this bit right here to go over this, and this right here. This will tab into that little slot there. So that's pretty cool. They got this little shield thing, which the way he it attaches and everything is kind of weird. Also, you have this little flap, which I'm not sure what that's really for. But you have that flap, I guess. Yeah, you should have the shield, which, yeah, again, it's kind of the way that he's wielding. I think Vangelis once said it was basically more like a, he's using it more like a stabbing tool, which that works, I guess. So it's just kind of he's just interesting in that I like a lot about him. I wouldn't have bought it otherwise. Yeah, I wouldn't have bought it if I didn't like it, but like, yeah, he's just definitely got some weird, he shows his age in weird ways, because he's got a lot of cool things about him that are just kind of a little undercut by some of the lesser elements pretty hard. It's like a couple of small things are really hurting the figure, if that makes sense. For a while, this is the weird thing. This is like our first Onslaught in a long time, and also, well, actually, no, it wasn't, because we had the Energon, and I guess technically the Revenge of the Fallen Onslaught at roughly the same time, too. But those are very different things. But this is an interesting thing. It was a very G1 inspired Onslaught that cannot combine with anyone. I mean, theoretically, someone could probably figure out some insane, like, 3D printed kit to do something, but I'm not sure it's really worth it. But regardless, it's pretty cool. It's like, you know, as a standalone Onslaught, but yeah, he just got some weirdness going on that kind of like, again, just undermines him a little bit. Regardless, in this mode, his height up to the top of his head is about 7 3/4 inches, or 19.7 centimeters. Of course, he got a lot more height because of his shoulders and guns, but yeah, still a big beefy dude. But yeah, the other thing was, yeah, he released in 2008 again, like I said, for $24.99, which in today's money is about $38.76. Which is less than a modern Voyager, but also a modern Voyager, again, I want to point out, modern Voyagers tend to be more intricate in their engineering, and also they don't have stupid things like this where the leg panels pop off. And yeah, people complain about hollowness in modern toys. This guy's got quite a bit of it. And the only thing, again, I feel like the only reason he's so heavy is because of the electronics in his torso. So, yeah. Regardless, he's still cool, just he's got some issues. Regardless, I keep saying regardless. Comparison stuff again. Here's my G1 Onslaught. Oops, almost fell over. But yeah, here's G1 Onslaught with a missing sticker and everything, which, yeah, I gotta get some Ripple labels because some of these stickers are in very poor shape, but gotta get some Ripple labels here. But yeah, there you go. You can see what I mean. The head, you know, the head is, you know, they take some liberties with the head, but, you know, it's very clearly the same thing. This kind of, you can see the shape here kind of simulates, I have to look into that. Yeah, this head shape here kind of simulates the old one. This bit right here kind of simulates this kind of simulates the old chest crest or whatever. There's little bits in the here and there, like this right here. You can see those little ridges, you know, kind of emulated by these little ridges and everything. So they got some ideas here, like, you know, and it goes to olive green here is kind of a match with the olive green in here. I mean, it's a different shade of blue and everything, but, you know, you can see the inspirations. You can see where some of the inspirations came from. So it's kind of neat from there. Only thing is, he doesn't come with a rifle, but he does come with an underslung gun, so, you know, it works out. And then, you know, again, here's the next Onslaught we get, which is the Combiner Wars Onslaught, which, you know, a little more G1 faithful to a degree, but, you know, still takes a lot of liberties. Still like that bit, though, right there. That chest piece is pretty cool. Also, this guy has some of the same issues with this guy does, which is namely no waist swivel and no ankle tilt. So he was significantly cheap, wasn't he? Well, he was kind of he was I think he was actually the same size, roughly thereabouts at the time, anyway. Not size, price. What am I saying? You know, because Voyagers at the time weren't Voyagers at the time like $30? I don't remember. It's been a minute. Maybe they're close to 20. Yeah, whatever. And of course, here is well, the modern Commander Onslaught from Age of the Primes, which this feels a lot more solid. It's not as heavy, but it feels a lot more solid overall, and it's a lot more articulated and everything. So, you know, there is that. But he's also smaller. Well, at least here he's smaller. So, all that stuff. So again, that's Universe Onslaught. Again, this is a pretty cool Onslaught. I got it because basically I'm kind of all in and trying to get all the Bruticus stuff over the years. I'm still at this point trying to get several of the third-party guys, but he's pretty cool. But it's also like, he's got a few problems, mostly, you know, again, just articulation's a little weird. He's got basically, it's that weird thing of a couple small problems kind of add up into making it a little frustrating, because there's some things that maybe at the time I would have forgiven, but now it's like, yeah. I got a mint and sealed box. Again, which includes the batteries, which is the scary part. So always be if you get an MISB one, be mindful of the fact that you're gonna have to probably check to make sure the batteries haven't exploded. I got it for like $50 MISB, which is not bad. You can get this guy pretty cheap. Yeah, this guy is not exactly difficult to get for a decent price, considering he's not in super high demand, but he's a pretty cool figure in his own right. But at the same time, he's got enough going, kind of, those little problems add up enough that I feel like it's for Onslaught and Combaticon enthusiasts only, if I would say. If you just want an Onslaught, splurge for the new one. I'll just say that. Feel like he's overall a better figure. Even though, yes, you are paying for a whole bunch of extra bits that you might not use if you're not building Bruticus, but I feel like it's generally better built figure at this point, which is, yeah, I know a lot of people is probably screaming, howl, and rage about the fact that I'm saying that a newer toy is better than an older toy, but I kind of feel like it is actually a better toy overall. This one is pretty nice. It's got some cool, he's definitely got a lot going for him, but at the same time, there's just a couple small things which are just, it's just a couple small things which just kind of hurt the whole package, which is weird. Again, for me personally, it's the shins don't stay tabbed in, his elbows are weird, and that really does actually kind of, and because of his the top, his shoulder line is angled where his head sits. Yeah, the top of his torso is angled. His head, it just winds up making it difficult to look good in a lot of poses, and that kind of is frustrating. And that's what I feel. That's how I feel about it. So I didn't mention it before, but his battery compartment is getting in here, right there. You just unscrew these bits and pull it out. Don't have to worry about the center screw, but these two screws right here, just unscrew those and get in there. And it's two AAAs. So just make sure, you know, if you get one, make sure to check that and make sure you don't have exploded batteries or anything. And also, yeah. He's just it's weird. Minor flaws, but those minor flaws are just amplified, are really greatly amplified by just the general design of it. So, still cool, but I'm not sure worth really hunting down. But if you find him for cheap, you might want to consider picking him up if you think he's cool too. So, enough babbling. That's it for this review. I hope you found it informative, entertaining. Hope you like, comment, subscribe. Check out my social media down in the description and at the end of the video. Check out my coffee and my Patreon. I shall see you next time with another video review.